I can't fuck with snakes. I ain't all the way back from my people, I pray I won't fortune for fame. I'm finna turn up and get they ass a taste. I thought I was global, they screaming my name. I'm everywhere like I'm the Chicago way.
Big Twan didn't just lean towards your career to make his. He created one for himself. And you both do good things together, and he does amazing by himself. But overall, we got to talk about your friendship with Twan.
For sure.
I just love it.
Yeah.
How did you guys become friends?
For sure. 2016, he met me shortly after I dropped my first Chicago Niggas Be Like in 2016. It reminded him of a friend of his by the name of Joe Blow. A friend of his introduced him to me by the name of Hove as a surprise, and we just clicked immediately. He originally locked in with me as my security and making sure that, you know what I'm saying, everything was everything. And then eventually it just grew into some brother shit for real. And then it was just like, we finna build your brand, G. And we just went from that type shit. Like, yeah, me and Big Twan is more than just, you know what I'm saying, two motherfuckers that be working like we brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying, his mama called me son type shit. My mama fuck with him tough. If my mama can't get in touch with me, she calling him, where's my son? Like, you know what I'm saying? So me and Big Twan is a different type of locked in for sure.
And you would think y'all would have been childhood friends.
You would have thought that, yeah. We super understand one another. Probably just about impossible for us to fall out for real. We've had disagreements before, but you know, we done talked about shit. Big Twan know I love him very dearly, and I care about him as far as like him being the best motherfucker that he possibly could be, as far and also his well-being. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is some genuine real shit going on? So yeah, that's just how we rocking for real. Yeah.
And I respect Twan for everything he done. And I definitely respect that relationship as well. I will never forgive you for snitching on him.
Don't you? Oh, folks, right.
Yeah, you knew I was at to bring it up at some point. Right. Yeah, you was bogus for that one. But at the end of the day, like, that's another thing. Y'all play y'all roles so well. People take like you know what the certain movies that certain people have played.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, basically, that's basically pretty much it.
For sure.
Y'all play y'all roles so well. It's like when some shit goes left for Big Twan or some shit go left for you, we would put the blame on you guys like it's some actual situation that happened in real life. Okay. Like, it was to the point where you had to make a whole video explaining it.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, though. And you want to know who else who also does the same thing as you, sort of, and we all respect very well? Skin Bone.
Oh, God.
Now, with Bone, though, it's very clear that you both y'all might do the same thing, but y'all in two different lanes. Oh, it's very clear. He actually takes the comedian title. And on top of that, he does other things, too, like Twitch. And what else that man be doing? He also has his own show, Baddie Show. And he also has an app and everything. Yep. It's certain steps he took that you did not take. So that separates the two. But yet, for some reason, y'all always compare to him.
For sure.
So it's like for y'all, and of course, Chicago, they would, like I said, like with the Montana thing, they would try to make that a competition as well. But you both have spoken to being friendly competition. And it's even to the point where one time Bone had to compare y'all both having the same level of following. I think 1.2 million. He said, hey, twin, I'm going to be right behind you in a second. So it's like, I'm pretty sure y'all both been talked about keeping this all friendly and shit. So it's like, how do you not let the internet get to your head to make it a competition?
I'm just not influenced like that, G. Like, you know what I'm saying? The internet is comprised of a population of motherfuckers that I don't know.
That is true.
And don't know me.
That is
like, you know what I'm saying? So to just allow these motherfuckers to put a battery in my back is insane. But, you know, me and Skinbone have had a friendly competition for quite some time. I love to see his growth and what he doing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a iron sharpens iron type thing. We just keep each other on our toes. We're always going to be in competition, not just with content, everything. Cars, homes, everything.
Now to the point. Now that would sound like competition if y'all comparing real life to versus the actual content. It's one thing versus content, but real life is crazy. But that's another thing that I noticed. It's no first off, you're not a comedian. I'm making that very clear from my standpoint. I know exactly what's going on, and I've been knew what's going on. You are not a comedian. You are an entertainer. That's a proper word to use to describe you.
For sure.
But when it comes down to comedians / entertainers overall, because that's where we're all in the goal for, to entertain. For the entertainers, and I'm talking about for the comedy standpoint, nobody really has any competition towards each other. It's like with rappers, they would have competition and they would be divided.
Yeah.
Everyone comes together. Rico, Uncle Hank, Big Lowdown, and even with the females too, they try to be bringing down too. So it's like everyone is all together.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the internet, at this point, the internet does not want y'all to separate. But then that's where we had to talk about this. You did not do nothing in particular. You may have made you made a live by that went on YouTube, but there was a situation, Shaky and Dontario, which then turned into Shaky and Skinbone. That was when the competition really transpired over the internet.
Okay.
And we just may have seen you there, though you did nothing to be talked about in a bad way and to be put anyone against you.
Yeah.
For some reason, you had to take an initiative to speak out on that publicly.
Yeah.
So, first off, let's get it clear. As of right now, everyone's on good terms, right? To your knowledge, because recently I seen Big Twan bring Skimbo and Shaky.
For the most part, I mean, you know, motherfuckers are at least able to be cordial.
Of course. And overall, I feel, to the fans and my perspective, it only got as big as it did because it got to the internet. So for the person that was recording that video, is that person still around? Because I'm not trying to be personal or throw my 2 cents in it, but it's like if whoever recorded that, first off, that video was old. That came out last year. Like you judging off just you alone, the hairstyles and the teeth was definitely different.
Absolutely.
So it's like, if we have people that has these type of videos that are still around, that may be someone you want to cut off and keep a certain distance to, because who's to say that person won't cause any more
type shit.
Yeah, you know. So it's like, does that make you be more aware of the company that you keep?
Yeah, for sure. I've kind of always been that way for real.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of like a reinforcement.
Yeah. But also, because these are your friends, did you also take initiative to reach out to let them know we can be better than this?
Oh, for sure. I've had Skinbone and Shaky on the phone together. Was it together? What did I have to? I think I had to talk back and forth to them and just, you know, trying to talk about shit. I'm not really very internet.
And I'm glad you don't be.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be on some real nigga activity for real. I mean, like I had said when I spoke on it, men are gonna be men. So the differences will be resolved, you know what I'm saying, in due time. And I believe at this point, everyone is able to be cordial at the least. So that's a blessing in itself.
Of course. And I like that people are able to be cordial and everything, because these are all great and very talented people that you worked with, from Skinbone to Shaky to Dontario. And that was, and like I was saying, we're at the point where now they don't want a competition between the entertainers. They want everybody to be together and everything.
Right.
So for everyone to be cordial, at least that's a good thing. If things behind closed door, things cannot be what it once was for what we may have perceived it to be, then I understand it is what it is. But I'm also glad that as a friend, there was a situation with Jermaine where this had nothing to do with entertainment, but like he had to get into it with somebody at a store, and his friends, they had made content out of it. You didn't make no content out of it. You ain't make no jokes about this or nothing. It's certain situations that go viral on the internet, in regards to if it's your friend or not. People can make content out of it. This was something that you was able to, as your friend, this is how I feel like we should move about this. So I'm glad you was able to do that for them.
For sure.
And now let's talk about this. What recently, and by recently I mean like a month or two ago, a month ago, this had to be talked about. And I never thought out of all people, this motherfucker would talk about it. And this person is Billionaire Black. He did a recent interview with No Jumper, and he spoke on Reggie Baybee. And it is very clear that to Chicago and anybody else that's in the comedy lane or entertainment lane, I should say, Reggie is considered to be up there when it comes down to making skits and everything. What he said may have been misunderstood by me. I'm not sure or anything like that, or anything like that. So I'm gonna make sure I be accurate when I say this. For when I put the headline about this, Billionaire. Wait, let me make sure I put this up the right way. Okay, here you go. I put up where he said Reggie Baybee started the comedy wave in Chicago, and the lane got opened up once he got locked up and everything. What Billy was basically saying, it was a lot of Chicago rappers that have turned into entertainers and everything. This may have been misunderstood because it got to the point where you had commented. You put LOL. Mojo Brooks had commented. He laughed at it, and he basically said everyone, what he does is stand up. Not one other person does what he does. And it's been other people, other shaky. They had to tell him, you drunk, you tweaking. Yeah. Basically, everyone who was in the entertainment lane had to tell Billionaire, you are got me fucked up, because that is not what's going on. So what it damn near sounded like Reggie Baybee paved the way for people to be embracing comedy for Chicago. Was that how you took it at first when you saw it?
How I took it was like basically Reggie Baybee, I guess, paved the way for content. I think that's how I took it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it got to the point where Reggie had to speak from jail and basically
and cleared it up. For sure.
And he gave credit to you as well.
No, real
and you and Shaky, but he does feel like he did speak on how he feel like what he have done, and a lot of people, and some people like Future, and he did agree with him with Billy about that, but then Billy has made it clear. So as far as Reggie Baybee, where do you say he stand when it comes down to the comedy wave of everything?
I do remember that period of time. Me and Reggie Baybee have had rapport his whole comedy career. I remember his first real viral video, and that was the fireworks going off in the bedroom. And
I remember that.
After I saw that, instantly, I put him in an episode immediately after. I think that's where the misunderstanding came from at first, thinking that he paved the way for content or humorous productions. I think the misunderstanding that came about from that post regarding Reggie Baybee was that he paved the way like for content in Chicago, which is what contributed to me commenting LOL. Because there were several Chicago notables that were paving that road for content before he started, one of them being myself. Even though I identify as an artist / rapper, I have contributed quite a bit to the content scene in Chicago, as far as even taking it to even professional heights. But then, you know, Reggie Baybee even cleared it up as far as even with me more so doing YouTube, which is facts. I was definitely attacking YouTube something different.
Yes, you did.
And I was doing skits, but not as often as they were. And I don't think I concentrated on them as much as they did. Reggie Baybee definitely had some monster ass numbers when he was doing that shit. He did. Ain't
I
no
agree
question about
heavily.
that. I observed that shit. I was in some of them. Like, he was fucking them up. So, and then he had a certain type of content. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely not taking anything away from his legacy and what he did. I guess the only misunderstanding that initially came was that basically shit, he created the wave of content in Chicago, and he is the leader of it. You know, whoa, that's why I'm like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying, type shit. Because even my personal contributions, like even taking it to a professional level with having AT&T come and work with me and put my face on all the billboards in the city, the airports, all that. You know
Damn,
what I'm
even
saying?
airports?
That was in 2019. Shit, AT&T is who even verified me on Instagram. So, and that was a very big campaign. I said in one of my freestyles, AT&T gave me 40 racks while I was still staying on Paxton. I had contracts in the trenches. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was staying on 7th at Paxton when they gave me that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just really taking this content shit to a worldwide level where motherfuckers was just like, that's how they talk. And I gotta come to Jerk 48. Like, Jerk 48 is a tourist attraction now. Like, it's like you can't even come to Chicago if you don't go. How the fuck you come to Chicago and don't go to Jerk 48? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just I done contributed to this content shit different. Like, my shit done hit different. And that's not taken away from any of the other content creators. Cause like, for example, Shaky is actually who heavily inspired me with the content.
He did.
Yes. That's who I saw first. I saw Shaky first. I saw Shaky on Facebook, M's, 2-3 M's regularly, fucking them up. And I always had Shaky in my search history because I was always checking his numbers and checking his content and trying to do better than him. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just say that to say that's not taken away from other content creators because motherfuckers is doing their shit. Skimbone is definitely like creating a mark on the content scene for Chicago, and has been creating that mark for quite some time with the type of content that he does and what he be on. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Skimbone is funny in real life.
That is true.
Just in casual conversation without even trying. Like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody do their thing and do it how they do it. Everybody in Chicago doing their shit. It was a pleasure to see Rico's work ethic, for example.
Rico has the best work ethic as far as Instagram, if you ask me. I always see something from him. And and on top of that, as far as the comedy lane, like before anyone knows, I could say Rico was someone that I was always say that was supporting me and encouraging me to get onto the comedy as well, because with my page and everything, I highlight with the rappers and music and everything. But over the years, I eventually started thinking at some point I could start covering this. Yeah. And that's what I did with Rico.
For sure.
And Rico is setting a wave, if you ask me, because like with Fred, with the message from Fred, when he runs up to the camera and gives out certain messages and everything, that is something that I've seen other people have tried to imitate. I was very angry when they did that, but at the same time, I cannot get mad. That's how I go, and that's what it is being a content creator. You also become an influencer as well. And that's something that you, Reggie, Shaky, and countless of Skimbo and everyone else has done as well. I could say everyone who's in the comedy, entertainment lane, regardless of his comedy or anything else, you always become an influencer. And that's something I think Billionaire Black pointed out when he corrected me on how I posted it as well. So I appreciate Billy for making it clear of what he was what he meant, what he wanted for me to understand. Because when I promoted it, I didn't try to cause no harm. And I'm pretty sure you notice when I post anything about y'all, I do not intend on causing no harm and everything. It's just like how I take things, I may summarize it to the same way that the audience can gravitate and listen to as well. Like I try to understand my crowd and I try to understand the best way to make everyone actually listen to the clips. It's weird. But yeah, though, overall though, you wouldn't mind talking to Billionaire Black about an episode, would you?